Hello everyone, this is Dr. G. Saravanan from Caterpillar. So I'm currently the new product development manager for Earth Moving Products. So today I'm going to talk about, given few insights about a topic which is of relevant today, which is of most sought after today on innovation and emergence. So basically we can say how innovation helps us to create a new world. So what do you know by innovation? The process of translating an idea or invention into a good or a service that creates value for which customer will pay. So anything customer wanted to pay, anything customer finds it a value, that becomes an innovation. Innovation need not be something very big. Innovation need not be something very unique. Innovation need not be something very high, big in magnitude. All that we need to have a spark and something that creates to add value to what we are going to do for the good or service what we are going to serve to the customer. So having said that, what are the pillars of innovation? So there are fundamentals or pillars of innovation that helps us to create something new, something which has not been done, which has not been touched upon earlier, to create an awareness. So going with that, first pillar of innovation is have a mission that matters. So we should have a mission. We should have a thinking that something has to happen to create something new. So that is the first and foremost thing what we need to have in mind. Second, as I told you earlier, it need not be innovation need not be something very big, something very of high magnitude, but you must think big but start small. So that is the fundamental, that is the way with which the innovation starts. Always strive for continual innovation and not instant perfection. So people might think we need to do the perfect the first way, perfect the right way. Not at all required. Strive for continual innovation. So that is the need of the hour, and that is how the innovation journey, the innovation process sustains. Next, look for ideas everywhere. Don't have idea assassins. Look for ideas from whatever you see, whatever you listen, whatever you hear, whatever you come across. So please look for ideas everywhere without having idea assassins. Next, share everything what you know, what you listen, what you grasp. So that is the most important thing. Sharing of knowledge, sharing of information will help us to understand more about the subject and definitely think in a different way. Spark with imagination and fuel with data. So the imagination should get sparked, and that is the key, that is the way the innovation should start. But at the same time, it should substantiate with data. So for any innovation to be successful, the data and facts are the critical one, and you be a platform for that. So don't expect someone somewhere it has to happen. You thinking something new should be the platform for that particular innovation. And the most important thing is never fail to fail. It is not always to get success at the first instant. So be conservative, be convinced that it is not wrong to fail. So these are the 8 pillars that goes a long way in the process of innovating. So having said this, so what is the need of innovation at this hour? You all know where we are stuck today, the COVID-19. So this has led to lot of innovative thinking, lot of innovative ways of doing something new, doing something which has not been tried earlier. Two necessities of innovation, which I would say at current point of time, is the quality of what we are going to get the value. So the quality of value, the quality of profit, the quality of money is the first stage of or the first necessity for innovation. And of course, the second thing is the long-term effectiveness. So how the innovation, how the new aspect of bringing it alive is going to sustain for a longer duration and how effective it's going to be. So these are the two necessities of which the innovation starts. So innovation should be treated as an emergent phenomenon. It should not be as a reactive phenomenon. It should be an emergent phenomenon. So having said that, it can be a human created perspective. It can be of a human created perspective, or else it can be an organization created perspective or a technology created perspective. So there are 3 ways of thinking innovation in different angles. One is because of the human centric, because of what I want, because of what I think. Second, what the organization wants, what the organization looks for. So that is the second aspect of it. And the third, the technology driven or the technology centered perspectives. So these are the three important aspects upon which the innovation is being built. So having said all those things, there are strategies. There are strategies and methodologies upon which innovation are being built. So the first and foremost thing I would say, which is important, which is relevant for the right time, is health and preventive management. So the innovation should start. I would say why I'm saying should is the innovation is the basis of something creating new, and for that the health and preventive management should be the most important focus for any country, for any organization, or for any need. So that would be the first strategy upon which the innovation is started. Second, for establishing the innovative culture. So the second strategy is to establish a culture of innovation across the organization, across the country, across the people. So that would be the second perspective upon which the innovation should be built on. Second is use of knowledge and human potential. So I would say the untapped knowledge, the untapped potential of human beings is also a great waste. So to do that, to alleviate that, the use of the knowledge and the human potential should be the next strategy for creating something new for the innovation. And there must be an holistic innovation management. So that is the fourth strategy upon which the innovation process should follow, which should look on a holistic nature. It should not be confined. It should not be concerned to a particular state or a particular problem alone. It should look around the holistic nature of the global issue. And the fifth point is fostering social and organizational innovations. So any innovation, any new thing doesn't end up just by an engineering aspect of it or any scientific aspect of it. How it is going to go to the people, how it's going to impact the people, how it is going to change an organizational perspective. So that should be the next strategy upon which this should be developed for fostering social and organizational innovations. And opening of innovation process. The strategy upon which the innovation should be there is on how an innovation process is being opened, how an innovation strategy or innovation aspect of us is being ignited. So that should be the next strategy upon which the innovation should go on. And it should also develop continuous competence development. So there is no point in doing something new, something creative, unless the knowledge, the credential, the potential of a person improves. So the basis of innovation should always be a continuous competence development for people, upon which there would be a better perspective of a person and the way he thinks, he looks around the world. And next is on the integrative design of work and learning environments. What I mean to say here is the design of work, what we do. It doesn't mean what job, what function we are in, but the way we work, the way we are working to eliminate the waste, to understand, to lessen the hardship that is formed for a human being, and to improve the way of working should be the basis or should be the strategy for the next stage of innovation. And the most important thing is innovation should focus on the work-life balance. Meaning to say, what we are doing right away. We were talking about too much of work. There is no work-life balance for me, and all I am stressed out, and all I am going to do is work, work, and work. But now the whole world has been reversed. Now we need a work-life balance. So it is not that the work-life balance doesn't mean only work and there is no life for the other aspects of life. So innovation should think how to establish that work-life balance within an organization, within the perspective of living. And the last 2 points, which are most relevant to the actual activities, are innovation focus of work organization. So you can see the culture of working. People predominantly start to work, go in the morning, come in the afternoon, come in the evening, or start in the afternoon, go in the evening, and come in the night. So I say this from the perspective of traveling to a certain distance. But now, what really happened? We were forced to live in a place where nothing is there. We need to work from home. So innovative ways of working from home will definitely help us. And one platform, the technological platform, what really helped us is the Zoom. I mean, Zoom is one particular app that really helps, and there are plenty of innovative things that can be done. All the webinars, that today what I'm speaking in front of you is because of the technology innovation that was thought of, which was not used, but now it has been put into application. And the last important strategy upon is the management of uncertainty. We do not know what would happen tomorrow. We do not know what will rise the next day. But we need to prepare. We need to have that contingency plan. We need to have the buffer plan to tackle the uncertainties of life. So the innovation should aid, should put a platform to establish that and to take it forward. So in nutshell, the 11 innovation strategies what I mentioned earlier. So these help us to create a platform, help us to create an atmosphere that would spark our imagination and think to do something in a better way, in a different way, and that different way will add something to the customer. So anything that is not adding value to the customer is treated as a waste. So it may be a value addition for you, but it may not be a value addition to the customer for which he pays. Take for an example, if a customer wants a component that is needed to a particular micron of material finish, or I would say paint finish. It doesn't mean you need to put the most important technology and the most advanced technology and the effort to make it shining to the best in class effort. Whatever he asks, if you meet the specification, if you exceed the expectations to a certain extent above what he has asked, the specifications, that is sufficient. You need not get on to the over processing aspect of it and give the product which doesn't add value to him. So that is one example. So innovation should be within the boundary of requirement. At the same time, it should serve the customer. So what I really wanted to say is, let us develop the culture of innovation. It is beyond that. It is not a topic. It is not a session. It should imbibe in our way of working. Meaning to say, innovation should be part and parcel of everything. The day we wake up from our bed, start to office, do the work at office, come back home, spend time with family. So all these parts, you need to see where innovation can kindle us. It is now taking up into the consideration of going beyond the work culture, going beyond the work-life balance. It is going to the extent of social well-being, social gatherings, social betterment. So any learning, what we learn, what we understand, what we try to implement should be useful to the society. Until then, whatever we have learned, this again cannot be taken into consideration that we have attained the full goal of it. So having all this said, let us try to inculcate the culture of innovation into it, in which the emergence of innovation aspects increases within us, and try to follow into that. So this is the need of the hour. And as I really told earlier, innovation is not something big. It is not something enormous. It is not something magnificent. It is all the spark what is needed to do something in a better way so that a society gets benefited. All the very best. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Thank you very much.